From Underwood Field in Blairstown, New Jersey. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Strive's coverage of high school soccer. This afternoon, it will be the 2-1 Blair Buccaneers playing host to the 5-2 High Point Wildcats. Alongside Tom Monfoletto, Mike Samsel with you as we get you set for this afternoon's game between the Wildcats and the Buccaneers of Blair. And this should be a very interesting game coming into today, although High Point could be in a bit of trouble without their two best players in this game. Ben Armstrong, one of their midfielders, a very good player, is out for today's game, and Corey Roman, who is their best striker, will not play in this game as well. He is sick, so he is dressed for the game, will not start. We will wait to see if we see him coming up a little bit later on in the day. But on the other side for Blair, they come in with just 3 games played on the season so far. But, Tom, I mean, absolutely an advantage for Blair facing a High Point team without 2 of their most effective players.
Yeah, and you know Blair plays an attacking style of offense, Mike, and some of those players that you mentioned for High Point also do a great job of helping this team defend and helping this team provide the defensive attack that they have become accustomed to, that helped them win 5 straight games to start the season this year. So Blair needs to be able to take advantage of that. This is going to be a really good game with 2 really talented teams, 2 really capable teams with some serious firepower. And we want to single out one of the individuals here on Blair Academy's team, and that is the subject of our Strive Spotlight, and that is senior Nate Shue. And Shue has a goal and an assist on the year. He's extremely talented. I think he plays midfield for this Buccaneer team, and he is off the charts athletic, off the charts skilled, and he is a player that Coach Nall has been really, really happy to have these past couple of years.
Yeah, Nate Shue, you mentioned a goal and an assist on the season so far, and he's one of the 4 forwards, if you will. Blair plays a 4-3-3 system, but he's their attacking center midfielder, and he comes up with a goal and assist, and he's really kind of the quarterback, if you will, of this team. Really sets up the offense and gets things going once things get into the attacking third for this Blair Buccaneers team, meeting the starting lineup for Blair in this game. They do play a 4-3-3, as we mentioned. The right back will be William Kim, and the left back defensively will be Andrew Booth. Your center backs, JT Lamont. And also back there on defense will be Alfred Poon. In the midfield, you have Nate Shue playing the attacking midfield position. The defensive midfielders are Ian Perdue and John Corio. And your strikers, left winger will be Zachary Jones. Your right winger will be Adam Sobey. And the striker will be the sophomore out of Andover, New Jersey, Owen Patterson. On the other side for High Point comes in playing a 4-4-2 diamond system, so they have 1 center midfielder back and 1 center midfielder forward. And their starting lineup will have Jacob Sorensen, Garrett Fenlon, Sawyer Fenlon, also William Fry, Jake Malavet, Thomas Watts, Dylan Watson, Stephen Augustine, Kristen Rosickny, and Brad Smolin. Their starting goalkeeper will be Eric Checker, and the starting goaltender for Blair will be Mike Iacano. Iacano is a very good one. He'll be another player that is certainly worth keeping an eye on in this game. And as we take a look at the schedules for both of these teams moving forward, for Blair, Princeton Day School is next. They also have Pope John, North Warren, Pennington, and Hunn moving forward. So this Blair team certainly going to have a lot of good schools coming forward, some tough tests coming up in the Maple League, and they'll play in the Maple against Princeton Day coming up. So certainly will be interesting moving forward.
Yeah, Mike, a lot of good competition. I think this team is excited about it. I think they are excited about their chances to win a league championship this year. I think Coach Nall in his second year has done a fantastic job at the helm here for the Buccaneers. He is in his second year here. He comes from Wesleyan University. It's his second year as a head coach. a lot of NESCAC representation here amongst the Blair coaching staff. Mike, I know that Coach O'Neill from the field hockey team also attended a NESCAC institution, and the same one that Coach Nall did, Wesleyan University. And he also has some college coaching experience as well. He was the head coach at the University of New England. He was an assistant coach at Williams College, and he's bringing that experience and his young energy to this Blair squad, and they've only gone up. Last year, they were still kind of I think they were still kind of working out the roles in the different positions for different players and putting people in the best position to succeed. And this year, it feels like it's really rolling a lot more smoothly, and we've had kind of an offensive explosion in these past couple of games here for the Buccaneers. Tons of goals being scored, 8 goals being scored alone in that first game against Belvedere. Here are your goal scorers so far this year. Andrew Booth has 2. You have Nate Shue, obviously we talked about, has 1. Ian Perdue has 1. R.J. Stein has 1. Alfred Poon had 1 off a corner kick against Newton. Stephen Frick has 1. Sobey has 1. And hold on, give it to me. Give it to me here. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. Where are we here? Jirasev Agenda. That was it. And I got it. I nailed it.
That was pretty good. I'm impressed.
He's got 2 on the year as well. So, as we said, Mike, this is an offensive-minded team. They look to put the ball in the net as often as possible, and they've done a great job of it so far.
Blair and High Point coming up. You're watching Strive. Just about set to go out here at Blairstown, New Jersey. Blair Academy, Underwood Field is the site. Mike Samsel, Tom Monfoletto with you. As the ball is in play and we are underway here in Blairstown, New Jersey. As Blair will have possession to start off the game. R.J. Stein loses the ball out of bounds, and possession will head over to the High Point Wildcats. Mentioned High Point started out 5-0 on the season before losing their last 2 straight, and you know they don't want to let that 3rd straight get away here against a very good Buccaneers team.
Yeah, both the Buccaneers and the Wildcats fell victim of to a very strong North Warren Patriot team. North Warren disposed of High Point earlier this week by a score of 3-0, as Blair was defeated 2-1 in their last contest against North Warren, the local foe, in the annual Soccer Fest. So both trying to bounce back from recent losses.
Here's Corio in the midfield, giving it back to his right back, Kim. Kim trying to make an attack move forward, and does. Here's Sobey. Works it back toward the middle third.
And Mike, it's just, I hope one thing that's apparent when you watch this is just how immaculate the field is. Underwood Field, this is the first game that we've done here at Underwood Field. We had the privilege of doing a game at the Bowl earlier over the weekend.
The nice defensive play by High Point, possible scoring opportunity there for Blair. As here's another shot that sails over the net by Ian Purdue. And so this will bring about a goal kick for High Point.
So just to finish that thought, the athletic facilities here at Blair, always something that we marvel at when we get here. I know that was something that you mentioned the first time you visited campus, something that you were really impressed with.
Yeah.
And we were mid-conversation. You said, "What, is that a golf course?"
Off the goal kick, it will be controlled by Blair, but it will head out of bounds. And so Blair will have a throw in. Kim will toss it into the corner. And this is Sobey, but he loses it, and it will go out for a goal kick. High Point trying to get something going offensively here. It's about 2.5, 3 minutes in. And it has been all Blair so far in their attacking third. But here's High Point trying to move it forward. But it's sent right back. Volleyed around, and Blair will come away with it with Ian Purdue. Lannon will work it off in the midfield. And here's Alfred Poon moving forward. Poon gives it off on the right wing. And now they move it in. But a nice defensive play, just clearing that one out of harm's way for High Point is 17, Stephen Augustine. And he puts it out.
And Poon is a guy that Coach Nall raves about when he talks about him. Really complete player all over the field. Scored a goal in their win over Newton last week.
Kim throws it in once more, and Shue has it but loses it out. And it will be another throw in for Blair.
Alfred Poon, also a world-renowned ping pong player. Mike saw him going to work this weekend in the dorms, and he was phenomenal. It was kind of strange.
Throw in comes after it goes out of bounds off of Blair, but Blair gets it right back with Kim. Kim works it forward for Shue, and now Purdue in the midfield. Looking to work it over left back, R.J. Stein creeping his way forward. Stein works into the left corner. Nice defensive play over there. That's, again, Augustine chipping it out. But it looks like possession will head back to High Point. That's a really nice play by Augustine, not allowing Stein to move forward with the cross. Throw in comes, volleyed around, and right back out of bounds. High Point will retain possession once more. Volleyed around off the throw-in and controlled by Blair once more with Ian Purdue. Purdue works it across to Kim. And now it's Nate Shue. Looking for the long pass downfield, and it will be kept in the corner. Working his way forward with it is Stein into the box. It's cleared out. And it will be taken right back. Thomas Watts moves it forward. At midfield, it's taken right back by Kim and thrown into the box. But possession controlled by High Point.
Mike, so far a relatively clean game in regards to whistles here for both squads.
Yeah, have not seen a whistle on either as of yet, as Blair takes it right back with Purdue. Purdue trying to work forward with the left boot and loses it out of bounds. Possession will head back to High Point. Will be a throw in here for High Point as Jacob Sorensen will toss it in. Nice play from R.J. Stein to kick it right back toward Blair. And now forward with it is Owen Patterson. Patterson tries to get across into the box, volleyed around, and controlled at the top by Purdue. Purdue will work it back toward midfield and reset the Blair offense.
And Mike, Purdue has really been just outstanding for this team so far this year. He's been such a huge part of everything they've been able to accomplish this year, and he is just really coming into his own.
In the corner, here's Sobey. Sobey looking to get the cross, but can't do it. Sobey is able to keep it in, and now here's Patterson volleying up a shot into the box. It's cleared out defensively. High Point doing their best to get it out of harm's way, and they do, back toward the midfield where Kim heads it forward. Kim being challenged on the play by Stephen Augustine, who's really been all over the place defensively, and High Point comes away with it. Augustine tries to move forward, but cannot. Kim combines with John Corio for a nice play, and Corio comes away with possession. Over on the left side is Stein. And once more, it's Corio. Corio gives it off to Nate Shu, who's trying to move forward, gets something going. Nice spin. Here's Shu working forward, splits two men, but cannot get it past the third. High Point has none of it, and they move back the other way. In the midfield, they try and work it down, but a nice defensive play by JT Lamone gets it out of harm's way before High Point can even enter the box of Michael Iacano, who has not seen a shot so far. Ball will roll out of bounds at midfield, and possession will go to Blair.
Iacano in 3 games only given up 2 goals, so he has been pretty outstanding so far this year in net for the Buccaneers.
Trying to go on a run here is Sawyer Fenlon. It's kicked out of bounds, but possession will remain with the Wildcats of High Point. Throw in right in front of our broadcast location here for Stephen Augustine. That's Tom Monfiletto waving hello. I'm the big tall guy standing up. With it is Fry. Fry tries to work it into the box, but it's thrown right back out. Defensively on a nice play by Alfred Poon. On the far side is Watts. He loses it, and moving forward for Blair now comes R.J. Stein. Stein trying to work it into the left corner, but it's going to be taken right back. Blair is able to come away with it here, at least momentarily. Back on a run this side, however, is Jesse Sorensen. Sorensen tries to kick it forward, but it's taken right back by Nate Shu. Shu being double teamed and taken off the ball on the nice play again. Jacob Sorensen. Nice slide tackle there by Shu.
Textbook tackle there.
But coming away with it is Rosnicki. Rosnicki loses it. And Blair has possession once more with Corio. Kim gets challenged by Dylan Watson, but is able to work it out of harm's way. And here's Alfred Poon trying to make the move forward. A name we've said a lot today is R.J. Stein. He moves forward on the left side. Stein will give it back to Ian Purdue. Purdue, another busy player so far through the first 10 minutes or so of this one. 0-0 our score. Neither team has had a shot on goal.
What a pass that was.
Here's John Corio trying to work it forward into the right corner. And it's Sobey. Sobey looking to get the cross into the box. Finds a man in there. It's Purdue who gives it right back out. Sobey loses it out of bounds. And I believe this one will be a throw-in. It will be a throw-in the corner for High Point. They toss it in. Patterson sneaks in, tries to take it away, and Purdue does. Purdue gives it right back to Owen Patterson now. Patterson tries to move forward. Nice heel kick, trying to work it back to John Corio. And into the box with it is Purdue. Purdue challenged nicely, works off to the right side and tries to find some green grass. Sobey will lose it out once more, in possession. We'll head back to High Point.
Want to give a quick shout out to Tom Goldhagen right there, tossing in the ball. I believe he is on the DL for the time being. Also a goaltender here for the Buccaneers.
Augustine will handle the throw for High Point. Trying to make the move forward is High Point, but ball booted out of bounds once more. Will remain with High Point. Augustine will actually be a free kick here, but it's taken right back by Blair. Blair turns it over, being double teamed right now is Fry, but Fry's able to move it forward. Nice defensive play to take it back from the striker Owen Patterson, who moves it forward now for Nate Shue. Shue trying to get something going, makes a nice long cross into the box, but a little bit too far out of the reach for Zach Jones. And coming out to handle it nicely is Checker. Blair is able to take it right back. Here's Shue working it off on the left side, and Jones. Jones a step inside of the box, loses it. And possession will head right back the other way for High Point. High Point tries to make a move forward, but play will be controlled by JT Lamone. Free kick going to be called now for High Point. Sawyer Fenlon will handle the duties. Just about 35, 40 yards away from goal. Fenlon goes with a cross into the box, volleyed around and taken right back by Blair. Coming away with it once more this time is Blair. They get the shot in, but it is controlled by Iacano. First time Iacano's had the ball in his hands all day. Off the goal kick, High Point will come away with it. Malavet moves forward. Malavet works it down into the left corner now, and this is Alexander Vargas trying to move forward. Vargas just outside of the box. Nice defensive play here by Kim. Nice battle. And coming away with it is Malavet. Malavet challenged on the play by Patterson. It goes out, and it will head back to Blair. It's a nice strong challenge there from Owen Patterson. Not really giving Malavet any room to work with.
Yeah, both defenses here have been pretty stingy so far, Mike. Really a lot of great work, a lot of great effort on the defensive side.
Coming away with it is Ian Purdue for Blair. And it's RJ Stein moving forward. Stein works it for Jones into the left corner. Jones looking for a spot to cross in, but a good, strong defensive challenge by Thomas Watts. Jones still controls. Jones makes the cross into the box. And here's a shot on that's saved. John Corio could not beat Checker, didn't really get all of it.
Yeah, I didn't really square that one up, so to speak, Mike.
Owen Patterson tries to move it forward into the attacking third, and it's Sobey. Sobey has it knocked away from him out of bounds, and it will remain with Blair. Kim throws it in, and Patterson ends up with it. Top of the box now, Purdue. And Stein. Stein in the left corner. Challenged nicely by Garrett Fenlon. And High Point is able to come away with it. You're right, Tom. Both defenses have been very stingy. Not a whole lot of scoring opportunities, but here could be one as a cross into the box is headed away. Good play by William Fry, knocking it out of harm's way at least momentarily.
Wow.
And now controlling it is Checker.
Two phenomenal plays by Fry.
Off the goal kick. High Point tries to get something moving, but the Buccaneers take it right back. Poon will give it off, and William Kim works it forward. Nate Shue trying to create something. Moving forward with it is Sobey. Sobey into the right corner. Here's the cross into the box that's taken by Checker before any harm can be done.
I think Sobey let his momentum take him a little bit too far towards the goal right there, so his centering pass attempt wound up in the hands of the goalkeeper. But a nice idea and a solid ball there from Sobey, the youngster.
Kim on the right side. Has a little volley with Patterson, and now trying to move forward is Nate Shue. His younger brother Aiden not available today. They move it forward now, and here's Zachary Jones. Jones with a cross, but that one goes out, and it will be a goal kick for High Point. Eric Checker, who's had the handle of the ball on a couple of occasions today, will boot this one away. Just over 20 minutes remains here in the first half. Vengus will try and move forward, but he's taken off the ball quickly. And Alfred Poon will play it toward midfield. Patterson will work it forward. And it's Sobey. Adam Sobey cannot control. And it will be a throw in again for High Point. High Point controls with Jake Malavet. Malavet turns it over, however, here. Good opportunity for Blair. They work it into the box, but a great slide tackle by Rosnicki. And High Point will take it right back. At least momentarily, Purdue
narrowly escapes danger there, Mike. And a really nice play by Rosnicki. And Shu being a little bit unselfish there. You wonder if maybe he should have taken that shot instead of that extra pass. But a nice defensive play by High Point.
Yeah, Zach Jones had a nice opportunity there, too, as the throw-in is controlled by High Point and turned over. Now Jones overruns a little bit. He'll have to try and recover, but now he's defended. Purdue at the top of the box. Tries to work it across, but only there is Malavet, and he comes back the other way. And a foul is going to be called on the slide tackle by Patterson. So a free kick for High Point. Good defensive play to head it out by Lamone before that play could become dangerous. One of the High Point attackers had snuck behind the defense. Here's Javier Vargas. Not able to control, and the other way goes John Corio. Corio gives it off, Zach Jones. Try to work it into the left corner, but nobody there. And it will be a throw-in for High Point.
About halfway through the first half, Mike. So far, pretty much a
pretty tight defensive battle.
A defensive struggle so far.
Throw in for High Point is taken right back by R.J. Stein. Shu gets his shot blocked and thrown back into the High Point third. Controlled by Alfred Poon. Poon is challenged, and so Lamone will reset even farther back. Bit of a wayward pass there is taken away, and it's controlled by High Point. It will go out, however. High Point will get the throw in. Sneaking forward is the defenseman Augustine, but he can't control, and it goes out once more. It'll be another throw in for High Point. Garrett Fenlon will toss this one forward and headed right back out by Blair. Ian Purdue can't control, but this time it's booted out, and Blair will take it back. Blair will throw in from their own third. 19 minutes remains here in the first half. And a couple of good opportunities from Blair. Have not been able to put it in yet. High Point hasn't gotten much of anything going offensively. Patterson. Now controlled by Purdue. He's challenged on the play. As swarming forward is Jason Kloss. And it goes out. It will remain with Blair. Blair tries to work it forward to Nate Shu. And Stein will toss it into the attacking third, but only red shirts there waiting for it. They try to work it forward in Vengas. And Vengas does move forward. Vengas slides this one into the box, but it will go wide of goal. And it will be a goal kick for Iacano. But the best attacking play we've probably seen from High Point all day. Vengas, once he gets the ball forward, you can see he has some talent.
Yeah, he can really, really control the ball on his foot. He can rocket it as well if he gets the opportunity to.
Iacano with the goal kick. Just over 17 minutes remains here in the first half. Goal kick volleyed around, nearly a handball controlled by Jones. And now it's Purdue. Purdue slides it across to Patterson. Patterson tried to find Kim on an attacking move, but too far out of his reach, and it will be a throw-in for High Point. Volleyed around and eventually controlled by Lamone, who gives it off to Patterson. Patterson gives it right back, and chasing forward for it before it goes out is Vengas. It will be a throw-in for a High Point. They try to find Alexander Vengas in the midfield, but it's taken right back by Patterson. Kim. Patterson tries to volley it forward, but losing his footing with Sobey. Kim still controls, however. This time it's Shu giving it across, and Patterson controls. R.J. Stein looking to move it forward into the box, and Patterson tees it up on the right side. Kim on a move forward. Here's William Kim into the box. Kim gives it forward. It goes past Shu. Shu recovers, but not a great scoring opportunity, and it'll be taken back by High Point. Boy, Shu might have had a good chance to tee one up right there if he could have fielded it cleanly. Volleyed around in midfield, and Javier Vargas controls. Shu a chance to tee it up once more, and no challenge for Checker.
A little bit further out there than they would probably like him to be. However, they got to get something going towards the net to get something going offensively.
It will be a throw-in for Blair. And controlled by Corio. Shu will try to move it forward once more. Finds Corio, who looks for Kim. Kim on the right side makes a move forward. Kim gives it across. Here's Shu looking to work it off, but it's chipped out behind the net. Zachary Jones didn't get much of that one as substitutions come on for High Point, and it will be a goal kick for the Wildcats. "14 minutes and change remains here in the first half. Still scoreless. Jones trying to change that. Finds Corio. Corio moves this one forward into the game for the first time as Stephen Frick. Shu crosses it back over, and it's Stein. R.J. Stein with some free real estate trying to work it forward into the box, but a nice defensive challenge and play by Brad Smolin. He's able to get it out of harm's way and back to the Wildcats. on the free kick. High Point races after it and able to get to it first is Malavet. Jake Malavet. Some nifty footwork just outside of the box. Works it back for Augustine into the box, and Iacano faces no challenge. He'll just field and throw it forward for Kim. Steven Frick trying to move it forward. Gives it a boot, but Augustine a nice recovery, at least momentarily. Kim. First cross attempt is rejected, so instead tries to work it off for Frick. High Point will boot it across out of harm's way at least for a second. Roman is in with Purdue. Purdue comes away with it. Purdue puts it into the box, but Iorio not able to get a clean header off. Corio actually. Patterson finds Nate Shue. Shue tries to boot this one forward into the box, but thrown right back from where it came. Lamone challenged, has a bit of a hard time with it, but is able to move it forward. Steven Frick challenged, loses out of bounds, and it will head back to High Point. Just under 12 minutes remains here in the first half, and you can see both of these teams pretty even. Blair has been a bit more aggressive on the attack. They've controlled most of the play, but the defensive style of High Point has been able to withstand so far, and Eric Checker has come up with a few saves when he's needed them.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of just keeping this game level.
Yeah.
From the standpoint of not too many fast break opportunities. They've really just controlled the tempo of this game. It's almost like a football team that's just 3 yards in a cloud of dust and keeps running the football and taking time off the clock.
Purdue tries to work it down into the corner for Zach Jones. Jones possesses and will tee it up for Stein. RJ Stein taking off. Well, we'll see if that will bring about a free kick. Stein was tripped up. And this will be a free kick. Right on the edge of the box. Nate Shue will take it. Shue goes for goal, and it goes out just wide. Tried to find Ian Purdue on the right post to finish it off.
Good opportunity there for the Bucks. Just have to keep pushing as hard as they can and as far as they can into the zone, as deep as they possibly can. Try to get something towards the goal.
Vengus splits a double team but can't quite get to it before Kim. However, High Point does come away with it, at least momentarily, before Patterson takes it back. Shue has it booted away from him as the teams volley around in midfield. Shue will control for the Buccaneers. Tried to make a move forward, but not much real estate to be had. Purdue gives it off to Patterson. And again, Blair retreats to try and find some real estate to set up their offense. Here's Kim with a bit of open space. Kim drives into the box. Kim nearly taken off the ball, tees it up for Shue. Shue gives it into the box, kicked right back out. And racing after it and controlling is Blair. Scrum forward in the corner. Rosnicki loses it out. And it looks like it will be a throw-in for Blair. Throw in for Blair, goes into the box, headed out of harm's way at least for a moment. And now clear it out by Garrett Fenlon. It will be a throw-in for Blair, but certainly a lot better to have a throw-in than a free Ian Purdue in the box. Shoe. Finds Kim looking for some open space. Now Patterson will give it a chance. Patterson finds Shoe. Shoe heads it forward into the box, but play whistled down and offside. And so High Point will take it right back.
Looked almost as if Jones might have gotten a hand on it in there, too. It was a really good ball by Shoe. But headed the other way for High Point.
Purdue taking off the play, but he's whistled for a foul. And so High Point will have a free kick. 7 minutes remains here in the first half. High Point looking for some space, but a nice play by Alfred Poon takes it right back for Blair.
That's a great play by Poon. The patented Poon slide tackle.
Stephen Frick can't control in the midfield. Kim chases after it. Michael Iacano comes out to make sure nothing happens. Alexander Vangus, who's been super aggressive in the attacking third all day, was lingering. Goal kick controlled by Shoe. Stein looking for some space to move forward. And goes out, and it will be a throw-in. Taken back by Blair. Here's Shoe with an opportunity. Shoe makes his way into the box. Shoe gets a shot off, and a save is made by Checker. But man, Shoe working in almost no space, no free space anyway.
Yeah, pretty incredible how he was able to even get that shot off. He had to go through and wiggle his way through 3 or 4 defenders to even get something on goal. I don't even think Checkers even expected him to be able to do that. Kind of surprised him when it came into his hands.
Patterson can't get to it, but Purdue can. Purdue gives it off to Stephen Frick, and now it's Kim. Kim tees it up for Shoe. Shoe wrestled off the ball nicely. And possession will head back to High Point before it's taken back by Patterson.
Turned out to be a beautiful day here, Mike. Calling for some cloudy skies, maybe even a little bit of touch of rain, but that is not the case here, as it has just been beautiful since they started the game.
Yeah, it certainly has. Into the box with it is Frick. Patterson now gives chase, and he'll get to it, but a foul is going to be called on Patterson. And so High Point will get it back. You got to think Blair would be a bit disappointed to go into half tied at 0-0 as well as they've played. Poon, challenged by Vangus, boots it forward, finds Frick near the midfield.
Yeah, Mike, a lot of opportunities on the offensive end. They got to be happy with how long they've kept it in the defensive zone of High Point, but probably not happy with the quality of attempts that they've had.
Yeah, Blair has really controlled possession all throughout. But High Point trying to set something up and maybe send Blair to the locker room even a bit more disappointed if they can get something moving here. But instead, it's Shu looking for some room the other way. Purdue tied up on the play by Jacob Sorensen. Now here's Shu. Tees it up and blocked off. Fighting to keep it in is Fenlon and does nicely. Final 3 minutes of the first half. Stein can't find any space, nor can Corio, so it's Lamone. Corio once more. Tries to give it across to Poon, and it eventually makes it to him. Patterson pulls up, however. Kim comes away with it. Kim moves it forward, and this one sails over the net.
I mean, could not have been a better placed ball by Kim. That was probably their best opportunity and clearest opportunity of the half. Still, nothing to show for it. A beautiful play by Kim, though.
Yeah, Zach Jones a little bit too excited for the senior. Got a good opportunity, but got too much of it. Final couple minutes of the first half. High Point loses it, and it's Stein back the other way. Stein crosses it into the box, and Checker just dives on top of it. A little bit of stoppage time being added. As controlling is Fenlon. Vangus tries to move forward, but a nifty defensive play by Kim. Now here's a great feed. Moving forward with it is Vangus, and it's just wide. Alexander Vangus and Javier Vangus nearly combined for a beautiful play. And boy, could you imagine if High Point, what it would do to Blair, as much as they've kind of dominated possession and dominated play, if High Point can get the first goal in this game.
Yeah, that would not be ideal for the Buccaneers, I will tell you that, because I do think that they have the clear advantage here in the game, but one minor slip-up can lead to something feathered in the back of the net and a crooked number on the scoreboard for, or a straight number for that matter, for High Point.
Still in stoppage time.
So the clock being kept by the referees on field, and the scoreboard will stop at 2 minutes.
Right. Corio gives it off to Purdue. Purdue looking for some space is Stein. Stein with a cross. Makes its way into the box, but thrown right back out. And it will be the end of the first half here at Blair. Nothing, our score at the half. You're watching high school soccer here on Strive. I got a chance to look at Blair Athletics as the Buccaneers and the High Point Wildcats knotted up at 0-0 here at the half. Alongside Tom Monfaletta, Mike Samsa with you. A very entertaining first half that was pretty dominated by the Blair Buccaneers. Controlled possession, controlled most of the offensive flow, and had a couple of opportunities to get a goal or two, but just didn't quite get it to click in that first half.
Yeah, they might have had maybe 2 or 3 actual really clear shot attempts there where they were able to get all of the ball on a clear shot at the net, because High Point did a pretty good job defensively. Although it remained on their side of the field for most of the first half, they did a pretty good job of thwarting any kind of clear shot attempts for Blair and made it as difficult as possible for them to get towards the net and get a clear look at the goal. But there were some opportunities there, and Blair did a good job keeping it in that zone and creating opportunities to create opportunities, if you want to just keep going level by level here. But Blair ran well. They seemed very, very well conditioned. Some really nice plays defensively. Alfred Poon made some really nice plays to get it out of the Blair zone. And Iacano doing a great job in net too, although he really hasn't been tested too much so far.
Now, has not been tested a lot. We're at the half, still knotted up at 0-0, and Tom, we saw a couple of great opportunities there in the first half as well.
Yeah, we did. We'll start with this beautiful pass from Kim, who, if you just look at it here, I mean, couldn't have been better. Led Jones perfectly, and Jones just sails this one over the goal. So that was a great opportunity for the Buccaneers. And then we have for a High Point, another opportunity on the other side, and that just goes over the net. We'll take another look at that here. We'll just rewind it back and show you here, and we'll slow it down. But here was probably the best opportunity that High Point had, and this one sailed pretty much over the goal.
Did not miss by much, though. Javier Vangas missed it on a great feed by his Alexander Vangas. And, again, you got to think, Javier and Alexander probably been playing together for a while, and they've been the two most aggressive offensive players, strikers, for High Point. They've really given High Point their only opportunity.
Yeah, they have, and I think that if High Point's going to be able to get back in this game, it will be off of the foot of either of those two brothers who, like you said, pretty much used to playing on the same pitch with one another and have a bit of a chemistry going there, to say the least. But nonetheless, a great half of soccer. We saw when you go in, you look at these matchups, you look at the records of teams, you compare who they played, how they played against who they played, common opponents and stuff like that. And really, you don't really know anything until they get on the field. But what happened today is pretty much what we expected to happen. We thought this was going to be a great, evenly matched game, and it has been so far. And it was kind of a slow-paced first half. Wasn't as high-powered as we might have expected it to be, but that might be exactly what both teams wanted, and we might see a more aggressive approach on either side in the second half. Nonetheless, it's shaping up to be a pretty interesting game, as we got about 3.5 minutes to go here during halftime. But what more can you ask for? Beautiful Blair campus, weather's beautiful, still has not gotten chilly enough to wear a jacket yet, in my opinion. So it's shaping up to be a good finish here on Underwood Field.
Yeah, it certainly is. We had an opportunity right at the beginning of the half to look at some of the athletics here at Blair. Let's take a look at some of the academics and arts as well. There you get a look at what the Buccaneers have moving forward for the rest of the season. But they've got a pretty challenging 40 minutes in front of them, Tom, and a pretty game High Point team.
Yeah, they do, and this is one that could be a serious catalyst for them as they go on. 3-1 is a heck of a lot better than 2-2, I think. And confidence level that could come out of this game could be huge for them as the season goes forward.
Just about set to start the second half. Knotted up 0-0, and High Point will have it to kick off the second half as the sun mercifully settles behind a couple of clouds and gives us an opportunity to see. And we are underway.
Buccaneer football team practicing behind us. They have an out-of-conference matchup against Germantown Academy on Saturday, a team that beat Blair pretty handily last year at home, and we actually covered that. But as ugly as that game might have been, it served as a kind of a stepping stone for the Buccaneers.
Here's a quick opportunity for High Point, but it's taken right away. A turnover now sets up Sawyer Fenlon. Fenlon loses it to Kim. And now it's just kicked out of harm's way and out of bounds by Ian Perdue, so it will be a throw-in for the Wildcats. Shue takes it right back and boots it forward. Zachary Jones gives chase and gets to it in the box. Jones being challenged by Fenlon. Gives it back to the top at Owen Patterson. Stein floats it into the box, but headed away nicely by Brad Smolin. Right back into the box in harm's way once more, and Jones rips it wide as Fenlon was sliding after him, and it will be a goal kick for High Point.
It's an outstanding play by Fenlon, Mike. It really is. Another great opportunity for the Buccaneers, thwarted by this Wildcat defense.
Goes out once more, and it will be another throw-in for High Point.
How we doing? How the cables?
I think we're good. A little nerve-wracking for you?
A little bit.
Patterson comes away with it, and Stein is set up. Stein tries to work it forward into the box, but it's booted away by 13, Dylan Watson. Kim has it on the far side. Slide tackle and taken away by Watson. Now Watson tries to move it forward. Lamon works it forward, but it's taken back by High Point. Patterson is going to be whistled for a foul as he tried to slide in and take that one away. And it will be a free kick for High Point.
Too much contact there.
Smolin will handle the free kick and sails it pretty wide of everything, so it will be a throw-in on the other side for Blair. Kim with a throw-in. And Blair not able to keep it in, so it will be a throw-in for High Point.
Got to tell you, Mike, Tom Goldhagen, although he might be injured, he is heaving these soccer balls when it goes out of bounds. It's very impressive.
Nate Shue comes back the other way, plays it downfield. Looking for a long pass, but not able to connect. Shue does get it back, however. Into the corner. Stein. Cross into the box. Still rolling free at the top and controlled by High Point. At midfield, it's Zach King, challenged by Kim on the play. It goes out. It'll be a throw-in for High Point. Patterson there, the challenge on the throw. But High Point will retain possession. An even 36 minutes remains in the game. For those of you new to the high school soccer, the clock will stop at 2 minutes. At that point, the referees will keep the stoppage time on the field. Patterson works it forward, and it's Shue. Shue works it down on the right side. Trying to get the cross in was Corio, but didn't get it cleanly. This one looks like it'll actually be a corner.
We have our first corner opportunity of the game here for the Buccaneers. This is where Nate Shue can be quite lethal, Mike.
Shue will handle the corner kick. Everyone gathers around. Into the box, but played beautifully by Checker.
And we saw that curve perfectly from our corner cam here, Mike.
At midfield is Augustine. Purdue tries to thwart the movement forward, but cannot. In with it is Thomas Watts. Watts loses it from behind to Stein. Stein tries to move forward, but cannot. Here's Purdue. Jones, who had a great opportunity in the first half, has the ball go out. And it will be a throw in for High Point. Purdue controls off the throw. Stein for Jones. Challenged quickly, but coming away with it is Shue. Shue with a cross. Works it off. Here's a header into the box. Headed right back out. Still loose inside. Trying to get after it is Corio. And instead, Checker ends up with a save. Good opportunity there on a pretty nice play. That was actually Adam Sobey, my apologies, in the box on that play with a scoring opportunity.
Yeah, Sobey getting involved, getting physical underneath there. Just, sticking his nose in and trying to create something here for Blair's offense. You got to love that out of the freshman.
And he nearly did. Throw in for Blair. Ultimately controlled by High Point and Augustine. Kim takes it right back. Kim works it forward for Shue. And now Patterson. Patterson gives it off for Sobey. And now Corio gives it in for Shue. Shue at the top of the box, looks to make a move, but he's challenged and taken off the ball cleanly. And back the other way with it, Augustine. Gives it off for Watts. Watts tries to make a move forward, but cannot, thwarted by the Buccaneers, who come right back the other way with Stein. Stein gives it off to Jones. It goes out. And it will be a red ball. Throw in from Garrett Finland as Brad Smolin did a nice job to challenge Jones. Didn't give him any room to work with.
Jones is a rather tall fella.
Fenlon will throw it in. "32 minutes remains. Fenlon lets it fly, but Stein heads it right back into the box. It will roll to goalkeeper Eric Checker, who gives it a mighty boot. Stein goes after the ball, as does Corey Roman, who is playing. Remember, Coach told us he was sick, wasn't sure how much, if anything, he would get out of him. Well, he's getting at least a little bit, as here's a nice aggressive move forward by Alexander Vangus. Vangus taken off the ball, and Lamon has it. Lamon dribbles past the double team, and it's Stein. Purdue. And now they try and work it into the middle, but nobody home. Taken right back, and it's Watts. Watts gives it away. And it's Ian Purdue. Not able to control. Now back the other way. Here's Vengus, but play whistled down.
Had an offsides there, Mike. A little bit overzealous. You wonder if the High Point offense there is a little bit too excited for their first opportunity in a while, as most of the ball has remained in their defensive zone for most of the game here, pretty much, and pretty much all of his second half so far.
I was going to say the entire second half really feels like it's been controlled by Blair almost exclusively. Sorensen. Vengus gets taken off the ball, and a nice play by Kim. And now Ian Purdue controls. Purdue gives it off to Jones, who tries to start the move forward. Jones gives it off to Stein. Stein will give chase, but again, there's Brad Smolin taking up a lot of space. Some nifty footwork and kicks it out of harm's way. Shu. And Corio. Now it's Kim looking for some space on the far side. William Kim challenged on the play by Sorensen as Kim was trying to set up the long cross. Kim and Vengus will give chase, and Vengus will come away with it. They try to start the move forward, but cannot. William Kim. High Point once more. Turns it over. Here's Jones. Jones tries to move this one forward. Finds Nate Shu. Shu into the box. Taken off. On a nice play defensively once more from High Point. And now on a rush the other way is Sorensen. Sorensen into the box. Gets taken off. And Purdue tries to work it forward. Here's Shu. Play is onside. Shu moves forward. Looking to make a cross. If somebody gets into the box, he does. It goes past Jones. Sneaking in is Stein. Stein can't get to it. Jones is. Here's Jones. Cross, but nobody there, and cleared out of harm's way by Sawyer Fenlon, and it will be a throw-in for Blair. Another great opportunity for the Buccaneers. Jones and Fenlon going after one another. Fenlon gets some nice help from Smolin, but it's taken right back by Purdue. Here's Purdue at the top of the box. Loses it and cleared by Augustine. This one will roll in on Iacano, who gives it a left boot back into the attacking third, but it's controlled by Augustine. Purdue works it off on the right side, and trying to move forward is Sobey. Shu now finds Purdue. Corio tries to get it into the box, but it's kicked right back out by Garrett Fenlon. Fenlon showing why he's got the captain's armband. A very good player defensively. Now High Point tries to move forward with it, but it's taken right back by Lamon. Fenlon will give this one a boot into the box. Headed out by Kim, who boots it away. And will go out. And it will be a throw in for High Point. No, they'll actually say it's a throw in for Blair. Fenlon thought it was a High Point ball as well, or at least tried to sell it as such. As Shu makes a nice move around Fenlon. Shu makes another nice move. Now tees it up for Corio. Corio to Sobey. Sobey into the right corner. Finds Shu once more. Shu trying to set up the cross. Challenged by Smolin. And it will go as a throw-in for High Point. Smolin has done a really great job defensively in this game, taking up a lot of space.
He really has. And Fenlon as well, like you said, all over the field. They've just been a complete nuisance for this Blair offense. It's almost as if High Point just really enjoys kind of the back against the wall type of thing here, where they have all of their troops in on defense and just work out, just chipping away and kind of annoying other teams' offenses by making it so difficult for them to create opportunities.
Yeah, that 4-4-2 essentially puts 5 players back defensively, and there's just not a whole lot of room to be had. They mentioned play a 4-4-2 diamond. Corio gives it off to Shu, who nearly actually came away with that, but instead gets whistled for the foul. And it's a free kick for High Point. Purdue boots this one forward now, perhaps a good opportunity. This is Corey Roman with a shot, and it's saved by Iacano. Wow, what a great opportunity, seemingly out of nowhere for High Point, as Roman just kind of snuck in behind the defense.
That's really what happens, Mike. You play defense, and then...
Oh, here's Zach Jones with an opportunity into the box, double teamed, and again it's Smolin coming away with it. Vengus on the right side moves forward with it. Alexander Vengus tries to work it into Corey Roman. Instead, it's back to Vengus. Patterson in for the challenge as Fenlon gives it off to Vengus. Into the right corner, Roman controls. And it's kicked out of harm's way by Lamon. It will be a throw-in for High Point. Just under 25 minutes remains. Into the box, Purdue tries to get it out of harm's way, cannot. Here's Augustine with a shot, and Lamon clears it out before it can even make it to Iacano. Roman. Kim comes away with it and now boots it forward. Shu trying to sneak in behind everyone, and does. Shu wins the race against Smolin. Moving forward with it now is Nate Shu. Shu tries to work it into the box for Jones, but play whistle down and an offside is called on Jones.
Jeff, for those sneaky scoring opportunities that High Point has been able to create for themselves, Mike. As we've said, they chip away at defense, and then all of a sudden you see one sneak through the cracks, and there's a fast break opportunity.
It's almost like they lull you into a false sense of security.
Exactly.
A couple of substitutions come into the game as Jones is going to come out. Entering is Stephen Frick, and moving over to the left side will be Adam Sobey. Sobey has played the right wing so far, now moves over to the left side. Sawyer Fenlon in a little bit of danger with the ball. Able to work his way out of it. But Stein takes it back for Blair. R.J. Stein, nice move at the top of the box, but double teamed, and it's taken back. Stein somehow gets it back. Stein tries to work it forward. Is sneaking into the box behind the defense was Frick. And now it will be a free kick for High Point.
A great individual effort there by Stein, Mike, fighting for possession, getting it eventually, but ultimately stymied by this High Point defense.
This is going to be another free kick here for High Point on a nice attacking move from Jake Malavet.
Blair's got to be careful here, Mike. You can't give them these many opportunities to do what they want and set something up here offensively.
Augustine with the cross into the box. Here's a shot on, and a nice save made by Iacano. Alexander Vengus didn't get all of it, but it was still a challenging shot for Iacano.
It's perfectly placed. It wasn't shot very hard, but like you said, a great effort by Iacano.
Here's another one for Vengus, but a great defensive play made. Alfred Poon getting it out of harm's way.
Poon a little bit fired up after that play, too. I like to see some of that emotion.
Can't blame him, as is Iacano. And it looks like this is going to be a corner for High Point. Sawyer Fenlon will handle the corner duties. Shot into the box. And cleared out of harm's way, at least momentarily. It goes out. And it was last touch by Jake Malavet, and so Blair will take it. Nate Shue loses it out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Blair. Shue once more trying to move something forward as we're into the final 20 minutes. Ball rolls into the box. Challenging play here, but chasing after it is Checker. Sobey was there trying to get to it, as was Garrett Fenlon. Fenlon ran enough of a screen for Checker to get out and get the ball. Play missile down at midfield, and a foul is called on Blair, so it'll be a free kick for High Point. You could see High Point, Tom, for lack of a better term, smelling blood in the water here a little bit, getting a little bit aggressive in the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, it looked very, very calculated here. Now they're starting to turn it up, Mike, significantly. The energy and aggressiveness on offense is apparent.
Free kick from Fenlon is well wide of everything, and it will go out for a goal kick. Final 20 minutes. We remain scoreless between Blair and High Point. Iacano will handle the goal kick. Nice play by Ian Purdue to come away with it. Purdue puts it downfield. Shue tries to win a race. Back is William Fry. And Fry makes a great play to get it away from Shue as he was working his way into the box. Fry gets past one slide tackle attempt and moves it forward. This is Jake Malavet. Malavet puts it forward for Thomas Watts. Watts gets this one into the box. At the top with it is Jacob Sorensen. Sorensen gets after it one more with Stein. Sorensen gives this one into the box. Fenlon, now a shot on by Alexander Vengas, and a pretty easy save for Iacano. Goal kick for Iacano is controlled by Patterson.
That was launched, Mike.
Boy, Blair is really on their heels right now. After dominating most of the first 60 minutes plus of this game, the last 5-6 minutes have been all High Point. Vengas finds Fenlon. Sawyer Fenlon forward, but a nice play by Poon to knock it away.
And a great opportunity for this Blair defense to really stand tall, Mike.
Here's Sobey losing it in the midfield. And forward with it once more is Sorensen. Sorensen can't control, and it's cleared out of harm's way by Lamon. Sorensen. Gives it off. Vengas. Now this one kind of dangerously rolls around, but Alfred Poon kicks it out of harm's way. Malavan and Kim go after it. And it will be a throw-in for Blair, as both teams are set to make some substitutions as well. Forward with it now is Sobey. Sobey gives it off. Jirisa Agenda and Smolin go after it. And it's going to be a free kick given to High Point. Jirisa Agenda a little bit too aggressive. And now Brad Smolin will have the free kick. Smolin bombs this one, but Alfred Poon heads it around. Sorensen eventually comes away with it. Tries to make a move into the box, but Poon takes it right back. Smolin heads it forward for Sorensen. With it now, Sawyer Fenlon. Fenlon looking for some space. Gets it into the right corner. Here's a cross in. Header can't be controlled. So resetting with it will be Malavet. Right side this time is Alexander Vengus, but play whistled down. I think they're going to give Vengus for an offside. Just over 15 minutes to play before stoppage time. 0-0 our score between Blair and High Point.
Iacono's got some boot, Mike.
Yeah, he does. He really gets off those goal kicks, but the free kick here will end up with High Point. It will be Brad Smolin looking like he'll handle the free kick duties. Now he's going to tee it up for William Fry. Could be a good opportunity here for Fry. From way out, boots this one toward net, and Iacono has to field it.
It was going in.
Heck of a strike by Fry, and Iacono with a goal kick. Tom, you're a football guy. Would you like to have Iacono as your punter?
Yeah, or place kicker.
Smolin comes away with it. It's taken back by Ian Purdue. Purdue trying to give it off to Nate Shue, who's trying to get something going here in the final 15. Kim moves forward into the box. Kim looking to give it off to Stephen Frick. Frick is able to control. Here's Frick with the cross, a dangerous one. It's still loose and it's in. They score. Matt Girisavagenda makes it 1-0 Blair.
Unbelievable opportunity there. Girisavagenda making the most of his opportunity on the field. Getting it in for the Buccaneers. That was fantastic.
And what a cross by Stephen Frick. Checker had a chance to play it, misplayed it just a bit. And it was enough for Girisavagenda to find it and get the first goal of the day. So 1-0. Blair in front in the final 12 minutes, and now they just want to try and hang on.
Nice job of just cleaning up and being at the right place at the right time, Mike. As you saw him there off the deflection. Knock it in for the Bucks, put him on the board first.
I am very happy I frenetically spelled out Girisavagenda's name on my sheet before we started.
Well, before the game started, I wanted to mention him, and I decided to pause for 10 seconds to really get it correct. And I was proud of myself.
High Point will have a free kick with Smolin. Bombs this one, but Lamon is the only one back and boots it back toward midfield. Jacob Sorensen will have it once more. In the right corner with it now is Fenlon. Fenlon loses it. Lamon takes it right back for Blair. And this one will go out at the midfield stripe. It will be a throw in for High Point. Thomas Watts will toss it in. They try and work it off to the left side, does High Point, but Kim takes it away.
Like, imperative for Blair to really just keep the foot on the gas here, and this is where they need to really turn it up. play with a lead, add to this lead, and no sense in going into an extremely conservative approach here, Mike. You play to win, not to lose.
Agenda moves forward with it once more. Agenda gives it off. It goes out, and it will be a throw-in for Blair in the final 10 minutes. Well, if you're High Point, this is where it's trouble because all of a sudden everybody sneaks forward, so someone can sneak in behind that defense for the Wildcats, and that would perhaps be Blair's best opportunity to take a 2-0 lead here. Purdue has it taken away, and Malavet moves the other way. Malavet toward midfield, but only there is Lamon. JT Lamon works it off for Sobey. And now it's Stein, but plays whistled down. It will be a free kick for the Wildcats. Zach King blocked down by Lamon nicely, but the Wildcats will come away with it. Could have been a good opportunity there for Watson, but couldn't cleanly field. Buccaneers back in possession, as moving forward with it is Nate Shue. Shue challenged on the play by Roman. Into the corner, Shue, the cross into the box. Ball still rolls free, but then it's cleared out of harm's way. Stephen Augustine. Final 9 minutes. Shue and Roman go after each other once more. Two of, if not the two best players on the pitch out here today. Shue tries to get this one into the box, but it's sent right back out by Augustine. Zach King gives it off for Roman. Corey Roman trying to work it forward, but it's taken back by Purdue. Frick. Stephen Frick, who had a beautiful cross earlier, tries to get a left-footed shot off this time, can't do it. Shue a chance to tee it up instead. He resets and looks for a better chance. Shue with a left boot, blocked down by Fry, and then a shot sails wide of the net. And it will be a goal kick for High Point. Eric Checker was set for the goal kick instead. It will be booted forward here, and Malavet has it momentarily before it's taken right back. Frick moves forward the other way once more. Purdue. Lamon with a bad giveaway here perhaps. Able to recover nicely and come away with it. Boy, that could have been dangerous. Javier Vangas was coming in strong. Purdue gives it off, and it's R.J. Stein moving forward. Again, you see the open space that wasn't really available, at least momentarily. That's until Brad Smolin steps in. Once Brad steps in, that open space tends to evaporate very quickly.
Closes up pretty swiftly. He is really, really impressive. And he is one of the big reasons why this team is off to such a ferocious start. And even today, down one, but I mean, a pretty well-played game all around.
Yeah, it really has been. This High Point team started off 5-0, lost their last two, and in danger of losing a third straight. Final 6 minutes, they trail 1-0 to Blair. Agenda picking up his second goal of the season. Patterson with a cross trying to find Shue, but he's surrounded, and it's cleared right back out. Alfred Poon nearly loses it, does lose it. Back the other way is Roman. Roman tries to move this one forward, but Kim boots it back toward the midfield. Nice play by Patterson as well, but I think the referees didn't like it. This could end up being a free kick for High Point. Important play right here. It will be Sawyer Fenlon or Augustine. Looks like it will be Augustine teeing it up from about 35 yards. Actually, check it. It's Watts, 12, not 17. Fry takes the free kick. That's knocked away by Iacano. Now here's an opportunity for Roman just outside of the box. Roman gets past one man, hits the cross, but Iacano comes away with it.
Smart move by Iacano on the free kick to punch it away. He had a couple defenders there that could have taken it away, but nobody was able to really kind of reel it in. And it created another opportunity for High Point, but Iacano stopped it once again.
Foul spotted here on High Point, so Blair will get the free kick. Free kick into the box. It's headed around, and they score! Nate Shue makes it 2-0 Blair. A very aggressive play there by goaltender Eric Checker. He came out, it got over him, and it made its way right to Nate Shue, who made it 2-0 Blair. 3 minutes, 40 seconds remains, and that one should pretty much do it. What a beautiful play by Nate Shue.
Outstanding job by Shue, one of the captains here on this Buccaneer team, getting it done. We'll take another look at it here from this angle. So he just deflects it in. Perfect job to get the Buccaneers up by 2.
This is a very well-played game by High Point. They have nothing to hang their head about. Just maybe not quite the offensive firepower. Purdue will throw it in. And now with it is Poon. Poon works it forward now, and it's Stephen Frick. Frick tries to work it to Chirisa Vagenda. It goes out, but it was off of High Point, and so it will be a throw-in in the final 2 minutes for Blair.
Shue really just showed his athleticism there, Mike. Some great bounce, and then the wherewithal to deflect it in the proper direction to get it into the back of the net. Really impressive play by Nate Shue.
Alfred Poon challenged on the play. It goes out, and it will be a throw-in for High Point. Remember, if you're new to high school soccer, the clock will stop at 2 minutes. Stoppage time will be kept on the field. High Point really needs to get something going rather quickly here as it's Stein. Losing it and taken right back by Corey Roman. Roman with a cross just outside of the box. Purdue knocks it away. And now at midfield, Shue looking for more. Shue lost his footing, able to recover as he was challenged on the play by Roman. Here's Shue moving forward. Tries to make the cross, but it's headed away from Stephen Frick, and it will be a throw-in for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers looking to move to 3-1 on the season. Kim will handle the throw-in duties. Shue finds Purdue. Purdue works it off for R.J. Stein. Here's a shot and a goal. Boy, what a strike. And Blair adds some insult to injury. 3-0, the Buccaneers lead.
What a goal by Stein. We're going to take another look at that. That was absolutely gorgeous from Stein. A beautiful strike into the back of the net.
Look at this. Just tees it up and lets it fly.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
That's a defenseman right there. The left back for this team. Probably more play some striker with shots like that. So Blair has really pulled away here, I would say in the last 15 minutes or so, but the first 65 minutes of this game were very competitive.
Yeah, they were. It speaks to Blair's, well, first of all, their physical conditioning. Second of all, their mental makeup to really just understand that they were dominating this game pretty much on the offensive side and be able to not get frustrated with all of the stops that High Point had and really just kind of keep at it.
Free kick here for Sawyer Fenlon in High Point. Fenlon lets fly. Iacano punches it out. And Poon just boots this out of the way of everyone. Jirasivagenda will give chase and get to it first. Jirasivagenda swallowed up by Smolin. Tries to work it back, but he gets help from Christian Rokisny. And High Point will take it back, but that will be the end of the day. Blair moves to 3-1 on the season as they get an impressive 3-0 victory in this game. And Tom, just a really impressive effort in the victory.
It really was. You know, I was thinking that High Point, with their defensive approach and then the sneaky offensive opportunities that it created, it was almost like they were the fighter that kept you around for 10 rounds and then went for the knockout with kind of a war of attrition type of thing.
Right.
But Blair was doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And when the opportunities came to really strike, they took advantage of it. And you saw some incredible athleticism, some great skill. That goal by R.J. Stein was fantastic. And obviously the athleticism out of Nate Shue to deflect the one in off of his head was great. And it all started with Jirasivagenda getting it on the board and kind of opening the floodgates for the Buccaneers here today.
3-0 Buccaneers win. We'll come back to wrap it up right after this on Strive. Three 0 the final. Blair wins, but for the first 65 minutes of this one, it was very tight. Jirasivagenda picks up the first goal on the day for Blair, and then Nate Shue, the center attacking midi, who's been probably the best player on the field all day, shows why. First of all, the beautiful free kick from Poon here. It's headed around, a bit overplayed by goaltender Eric Checker. And then Shue doesn't miss opportunities like that.
No, putting himself in perfect position for that, getting the goal, the captain for this Buccaneer team. That was really, really, really something special.
At that point, you knew the game was pretty much over. It was a 2-0 lead. But then the defenseman, the left back, R.J. Stein steps up, and man, does he make an unbelievable play.
Yeah, Stein was this play from Stein was really, really something impressive because the confidence that he had to get this into the back of the net was outstanding. You don't really see this out of backs, and he just did an absolutely phenomenal job. And it was one of the more exciting plays of the game. And we're going to take a look at it right here. I believe we have it.
We got to get on those guys in the production truck, Tom.
We do.
But R.J. Stein, we mentioned, just an absolute rocket. You'll see it here. He tees it up, right boot, and boom.
And there we go.
That's hard to stop.
It sure is. And, Stein kind of putting the exclamation point on the victory for the Buccaneers, but it was a true team effort all the way around. Defense did a great job. Offense keeping it in their zone, keeping the defense fresh, and that's what happens. A good team victory. Blair moves to 3-1 on the year.
Moving forward for the Buccaneers, next game will be coming up on the 27th, 3 days from now. They'll be down in Princeton taking on PDS, and then it's into the month of October. Pope John leads it off, but the Blair Buccaneers sitting pretty at 3-1 as they get the victory in this one. Our final 3-0. The win goes to Blair, the Buccaneers, over High Point. Thanks to all of our crew today out here at Underwood Field in Blairstown, New Jersey. For my broadcast partner, Tom Monfiletto, I'm Mike Samsel. Again, our final, it's Blair 3, High Point nothing. Until next time, we thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day, everyone.